This is for the super rich who buys multi-thousands dollars of houses and or condos which are over $100,000, houses for more than $500,000. Hopefully you have a big family if you buy a house for more than 500,000. But anyway, if you can afford that price for a condo and a house, you can fucking afford 10 to 15% tax. Sorry about that swear word, but I'm getting sick and tired of these greedy Americans who think if they make over $500,000 a year or more, they earned the right to have luxury things and big houses and big things. However, do you ever think of the smaller, lower classes people, middle class people who majority of this country, more than 50% of this country, cannot afford your things? I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about your shit. Again, apologize for the language, but like I said, this is a multiple video I've done. But anyway, do you ever think of these people who can't afford good health care? And sometimes they abuse the health care. I am at and goes to the emergency room over like a migraine, backache, or something like that. That's abusing health care. And I did have a conversation with a neighbor who defends this, even though she's a Trump person. She defends it. I can agree in some extent, but the thing is, when it's a minor injury like broken foot, broken leg, or something, that's urgent care. During the day, you can go take your people to urgent care. I don't care if you have insurance. That's what urgent care and your doctor is all about. For minor injuries like sprains, broken bones, migraines, backache, and if you had a chronic illness like Crohn's or any of things like that, you should go to your regular doctor when you feel off instead of going to the ER and waste people's time. I've been to the ER the last 2 years and waited overnight, all night long before I saw a doctor. The shortest 4 to 5 hours. That's ridiculously long wait. So that's what I'm saying. People can afford insurance like you guys have, so you can regularly go to the doctor and urgent care. Many people can't afford that. They have to new abuse and ER and medical people in the ER. Do you see the point of why people are frustrated with that? And housing. People can't even afford $400,000 to $500,000 house to $100,000 condo. Not many people at all can afford that. Most of us have to rent and live in a city where some of us can't even afford, mentally and emotionally. People cannot handle living in the city and suburbs. And I can understand the issues surrounding farming and homesteading. I understand why the prices are like multiple millions of dollars. I understand hundreds of thousands. I understand that. Big acreage, big farm, homesteading, that should be more than 250,000. And blue, blue state, and maybe a 400, 500,000 in a white state. But not many people can afford it because people don't. People who are greedy, who makes over 100,000 above, doesn't spread the wealth because they're afraid they're gonna be bankrupt and poor. Making $100,000 a year, you think you're gonna be poor and house poor because you make $100,000? Most people can when you make 50,000 because um like social security limits and social security rules. That's a low and middle class. But also some people on disability and elderly who don't want to work full time and can barely scrape by and have two checks. I think. And another thing, um, people going around and buying things for your kids, things you think they want or need mostly, like phones, toys, video games. They don't need that. They would like to have it because the cool kids got it, but no, they don't need it, especially phones. Kids up until like maybe 16 should not have phones anyway. I don't care the argument about emergency and stuff in school. They shouldn't have phones before 16 anyhow. They're too young to have that responsibility. And even though they have parental controls on these phones and socials, that still doesn't stop the issues they're going to have. So anyway, and you guys do not need pools. You don't need a car. Yeah, you do kind of need a car, but you really don't need it. You want a car, but you don't. Unless you're in a rural area, you need a car. Yeah. Suburbs and cities. Most cities and suburbs have public transportation. Get off your lazy ass or get off your high horse and take public transportation. It's not that bad and not that gross. You just think it's gross. But anyway, you don't need transportation. You don't need a big, huge, giant house. You don't need a pool. You don't need a boat. You don't need all this prize lottery prizes you think you need, but you don't need it because all your kids and you need is air, food, shelter. That's all. You do not need lottery bullshit. You just think you need it. So stop hogging all the money and stop using our money for your lottery bullshit.